My name is Sheila, by the way, in case I haven't introduced myself. I hope you guys have enjoyed our little seed starting journey that I started back on like February 1st, I think the date was. Yes, that was the date. Um, and yes, we started some seeds for basil and dill and um, cilantro and a few other herb seeds just back on February 1st. And today I'm going to show you, now I actually harvested these yesterday, so I'm going to show you that footage. And tonight I'll show you what I'm doing with the harvest. But yeah, so yesterday was March 12th. So from February 1st to March 12th, right around 40 days from seed to harvest. That is amazing, guys. And so let me show you the video clip from me harvesting the basil. I didn't show any of the harvesting of the dill, but I did harvest the dill as well. And we'll show you how to harvest basil. Now, when you harvest basil, you don't harvest the whole plant. You just pinch off or clip off certain parts of it so that the plant grows fuller. And these basil plants will grow all summer long, through the spring and summer, even into the fall until it gets cold weather again, and will produce all year long. And I can take clippings off of it all year long to have fresh basil with my meals, or even to dehydrate, which is actually what I'm doing with this harvest. So let me show you that little clip of video, show you how the harvesting is, and then I will bring you back here. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and prune some basil. Do you believe this basil that I planted just a little over a month ago is ready to be pruned back so that we can make bushier plants? You know, if you don't prune your basil, it's gonna grow like tall in one stalk and be kind of floppy and flimsy. So the key is to pinching it back so you can have a bushier plant, and we're gonna do that today. And so here, look, you can see. Look at that. Look how big that basil plant is already. And these are the ones that we just up potted last weekend, and were about half that size. Now, so I have two choices, and I almost hate to cut it back real far, but I think I'm going to. And I'm going to show you. You know, this has already got several sets of leaves on here. And we're going to go ahead and cut it way down here. I don't know if you can see that there. I'm going to try to point my finger to it, because we've already got two more sets of leaves coming off the sides there that it's going to bush out. And even though we're going to top this plant off and make it shorter right now, it's going to become a bushier plant. So, and I'm going to do that to pretty much all my basil. So let's see if I can get you up here. It's so hard for me to get you close. But I'm just going to take and I'm doing it with my scissors. You can do it with your fingers, but I'm going to do it with my scissors just so I don't pinch those other ones off. And I'm just going to clip it right there. And now these leaves are going to grow and get big and bushy. And we're going to do the same thing to this one down here. I'm going to try to make it where you can see it, but I don't want to clip all my other leaves away. And see all this basil I have right here, freshly clipped? Today I'm going to go ahead and dehydrate it so that I can preserve it. But if you're making a meal like with that, or if you're making some pesto, I mean, actually I'll probably get enough off of these little clippings today to even make pesto, although I'm not going to do that today. But yeah, I mean, and I'm just going to go ahead and do that to all my basil plants that I have inside here. And now don't worry, it'll take them just a little while to regain their growth, but they will grow back, and they'll become bushier plants instead of tall plants. And so I'm just going to go ahead and clip them all back just the same way. Make sure you don't clip any of your other little leaves there. Now this one, okay, we've already clipped that one. I think we have all of these in this pot, this set of pots, clipped back. So now I'm going to go ahead and get these out of here. And I mean, look how tall that is, guys. If we don't clip this off, it's just going to keep getting taller and taller. So we're going to go ahead, and it looks like we're giving it a big haircut here. But we're going to go ahead and just, yeah, we're going to get down in there. Can you see where my scissors are? And we're just going to give that a snip. And look at that, all that basil that we're harvesting right now. And we're going to go do the same with this. And now it looks like that I'm just really mutilating this basil, but I'm not. Believe me, it's going to thank me. And even these little bitty tiny small leaves right in there, they're going to get big, and these plants are going to get bushy. And yeah, we're even going to go out and do the ones in the garage that way. And later on, I'll probably go ahead and harvest some of the lettuce too. And I've saved a container from a spring mix that I had. And I'm going to, this lettuce doesn't really even need to be cleaned up. It's not been sprayed with anything. It doesn't have any dirt or bugs on it or anything like that. But we're going to go ahead and wash it up later on. And I'm going to save a container of that in the fridge. And yeah, so we're going to, and then this will grow back too. So let's go out to the garage and we'll clip the basil plants out there. Okay, so here's the basil in the garage. And as you can see, I have several more plants. Now there are some of them that, these little tiny ones right there in the middle, they're not ready to be harvested yet. And some of these aren't ready to be harvested, but there are a couple out here. And I'm going to go ahead and turn my grow light off. This grow light system I have, I didn't set that up very good. I basically just have, but I'm going to turn that light off so maybe you can see a little bit better in there. But once again, I'm just going to go ahead and pick right there above the leaves. Now you really should wait to harvest basil till it's anywhere from 4 to 6 inches tall. So we're doing pretty good here. And I'm going to go ahead and harvest this one back too, even though it's a little small. And then as soon as I get all this harvested, we'll take you inside and we'll show you everything we got. But yeah, we're just going to harvest this basil. And like I said, and that one was harvested a long time ago. So it doesn't, you can see it. Let me see if I can show you closer it. This one was snipped back in the middle. You can see there where it was snipped back a while back. And now we have 2 sets of leaves growing. And then when that starts growing, we'll snip those and then we'll have a bushy plant. Instead of just a plant with one stem. Or one, I mean, they'll still have one stem, but it will be bushier and fuller. So while it looks like I've scalped these, I clipped it right here. While it looks like I've scalped them, these sets of leaves here are going to start growing and getting big. Now, if I would leave all that on there, those aren't going to really grow and get too big. But we're clipping that off, and so that will give the plant more energy to be able to put in growing these other leaves out here and making a fuller, bushier plant. So yeah, that we've harvested our basil. So look at this pile of basil we got, and that's just from one harvest of those plants. And these plants are gonna, through the season, we're gonna get many harvests off of them. And so I'm gonna tuck these in my dehydrator and get them going. And so that way I will have some basil preserved, because right now I don't have anything that I want to use the fresh basil in. But so yeah, we're gonna preserve that up. But these plants are doing great, and I'm so thrilled with it. And yeah, and that's just after, like I said, we planted these around February 1st, and today is like March 12th, I think. And so a little over a month, and look, we've still got the plants growing, and we've got this huge harvest. That is so amazing. Okay guys, so wasn't that easy? I mean, did you see the size of the basil plants just in 40 days? 40 days to that. And the dill plants too. I mean, think about it. That's not a long time. That's just a little bit over 1 month. And from seed. You know, these were not plants that I bought at Lowe's or a big box store and repotted and then, you know, let them grow. These are from seed. So, yeah, and I'm really excited about that harvest. And so today I'm going to aim you down here, and I'm just going to show you what I'm doing with that harvest. Okay, so you can see the dehydrator here, and I've got, yeah, I have so much basil harvest that I have 3 trays of basil in there. Now they don't look full anymore because this has been going for a little over 24 hours. Now the dill is actually ready. It is completely dry already and ready to go in a container. The basil does take a long time to dehydrate, I will tell you that. But your herbs, you're not supposed to dehydrate over like a 95 or 100 degree temperature. So basil is a very moist, tender herb, and so it does take a long time. But look, even though I harvested all of my dill plants. I harvested quite a bit of it. You have to leave some leaves on there so it will continue to grow. But look how much I still have. I mean, that's the basil there. And yeah, and the dill. And I even harvested the lettuce. And I have got a whole box of like a spring mix box that you get from like Walmart. A whole box full of the fresh lettuce. And it's going to grow back. So that's a cut and come again type style lettuce. And so yeah, that's even been less. That's grown in less time than even the basil, because I didn't start the lettuce until a week or 2 later than the basil. So there you go, guys. That is amazing. I am so thrilled with this. So excited for this growing season. I have lots more planned for when the weather, when it's time to plant outside. And also I have a video coming. I'm going to show you how to plant the cucumber seeds that I got just recently. So come back and see me for that one. So there we go, guys. I hope you're enjoying the gardening videos and the seed starting that we did. I don't want to bore you with all kinds of updates and all of this stuff, but I know I'm always interested in seeing when somebody starts a seed. I'm always interested in seeing how that seed is progressing and how their garden is progressing, and you know, different things like that. So I hope you enjoy these, and I'm really excited to start. I love to eat fresh herbs, but I'm also really excited to start preserving some of these so that I have a stash of dried herbs to use in my cooking as well whenever we don't have good weather and when the herbs aren't growing. So anyway, I thank you for joining me at Life on Turkey Lane. I really do appreciate you guys, and I think of you all the time, and I hope you have a really blessed day, morning, evening, or night, whatever time it is where you're at, and when you're watching this, and come back and see me. Like I said, I've got a video coming up where I'm going to be planting some cucumber seeds and getting those things together, and so I hope you'll come back and join me for that one, and I'll see you again, friend. Bye, y'all.